What if life does not turn out the way you want it to be? What if you're in your 30s, 40s, or 50s and life is not as the way you planned it to be? You create a vision board and things actually do not work out in all life areas as you wanted it to be. Does it mean you're failing at manifestation, or what is it actually? For me, I think this is just life. Life is exactly that we find ourselves in situation, in life circumstances we never thought about. Maybe you're like in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or 60s, and you're thinking to yourself, this is actually not what I want. It's not what I thought I would be in my 30s, 40s, or 50s. And this is exactly where I'm at. And maybe in a few years, I'm going to look back and think, oh, this is maybe ridiculous, or I shouldn't have had these thoughts. But right now, I'm in my 30s and I literally start over. Like, I'm literally starting over with all my life areas. And this is an invitation to you, if you're on a similar path, to join me. I'm Jana, I'm from Germany, and this channel is all about feminine energy, recreating your life, building new habits, and ultimately connecting to your nervous system in a balanced and grounded way. Because if we want to move through life, if we want to rebuild ourselves, we need ourselves to be in a good place. We need ourselves to be healthy. And for this video, you actually need a pen and paper, because we're going to reflect and I give you some exercises I myself did. We can move and rebuild our life again. The first thing I want to tell you, and I think this is a part not a lot of people talk about, if you are in a situation where you feel like, I should be somewhere else, I should be there, I should not be in this situation, the first thing is this acknowledgement. Like for me right now, I'm in my 30s and I thought I would be in a different state, I would be in a different mindset, I would be in a different country, and I did not thought I would encounter this life experience. What is really challenging for me, I'm rebuilding my career, what I want to focus on. You guys are part of that. I'm rebuilding YouTube. I started with that this year. I'm rebuilding relationships, especially friendships, because here in this town, I don't have friends here, and they are all living somewhere else, and it's something that is really challenging to me because we need social connections, and finances is a big part, and also health. I'm also working on my health. And for this life situation, wherever you are, what you need to do, this is the situation. This is exactly how it is. And there needs to be a room or a space for you to feel that, to feel the disappointment, to feel, okay, this did not turn out the way I intended it to be. And what I want you to do is you write down on the left side, how is it? How is your current situation? And on the right side, you write down how you want it to be. Like, what is the goal? What are you envisioning for your life? And by seeing that, you see a gap. This is how it is, and this is what I want. This is what I wanted. And with that, you create a room and space for yourself in order for you to acknowledge your feelings, your sadness, your disappointment. Because in order for you to move on, to really move through this and to recreate your life, you need to grieve that part. This feels like a little death inside. It feels a little bit like mourning and really being sad about what did not happen. So allow yourself to feel that this is the space I'm moving through right now. And it gives me some kind of release. I'm releasing the tension, I'm releasing the emotions, because we cannot really move on and create something new if we don't allow ourselves to be sad and disappointed about the things that happened or didn't happen. It's a very important step. Allow yourself to feel that, and you will feel so much more freedom and already more space within your body. There are 3 main decisions you can make in your life. Those areas are relationship, the environment where you live, and what you do. So these 3 areas are the greatest decisions you can make for your life, because they have such a huge impact on you. And if you look into your life, it's so true. Whom are you spending time with? Your life partner, your friends. Where are you going to work? What are you doing? The environment you're working, the environment you live in, the place or the country you live in. Is it a pleasant, loving, caring? Does it give you energy or does it take energy? So huge impact on you. And the more we become clear about it, the more we can move through it. We're going to focus on 5 life areas. So we're going to do a little life audit. But I want one thing to you to be aware of, which is very important, especially for a woman. In order for you to go through life and recreate your life in a new way, I personally think there are 2 core topics we need to make sure we're safe. And that is, first thing, health, and the second one, finances, because both of them create safety. In order for you to move through a new challenge or to create a new life path, we need finances, so it gives us stabilization. So you know, okay, I am moving good through life, I can be creative, I can reinvent myself, and I'm safe financially. I would always look onto finances, and the second pillar is health. So make sure you are nurturing yourself, you're treating yourself in a loving and caring way. You move your body the way it is good for you. You take care of your mental health. Maybe you're going to therapy or emotional health, trauma-informed therapy. So really make sure these areas are safe. It's so important. Let's do the life audit. We have 5 areas we're going to focus on, and the first one is habits. I want you to write down the habits that are nurturing you, that are supporting you, and also the ones that are taking energy away from you. This can be anything like scrolling, maybe overeating, overthinking, arguing, drama, old family dynamics, everything that is really taking energy away from you. And now focus on the habits that you want to build. It's a little bit like the first exercise. Where are you going? What is important to you? What do you really want? What is your soul telling you? And also be aware, for example, for me it was I couldn't do weight training anymore. It was too heavy on my body. Now I feel more called to do Pilates or yoga. That feels very nurturing and loving to me in my current life situation. So move into that situation. Ask yourself, what habits can you change, implement in a way that feels not overwhelming, but encouraging. The second life area is relationships, friends, family, or your partner. Where do you hold on to fear? So maybe you stay in a relationship or in a dynamic that's actually very draining and unhealthy for you, but you stay in there because out of fear. And in the other way, what kind of relationship do you want to have? Where do you want to feel loved, encouraged? There's space for your emotions. Become aware of how you want to feel, become that yourself, and then create a room for people. So what I'm currently doing, I'm really thinking about who I want to have a friendship with, and then I'm nurturing that. I'm going to that person. I'm making contact. I initiate going, meeting somewhere or something. So really come back to self-empowerment, to acknowledging, okay, I want to go into this direction, and this is what I want, and this is the friendships I am becoming and I'm looking for. So really important decision, because friendships will influence you so much. The way you think, the way you move through life, how confident you are, how safe you feel. Make a conscious decision. Life audit area number 3 is environment. Where do you want to live? Is this really the place your soul wants to be on this earth? Is this thriving, or is this taking energy away? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm living in Germany, and this is sucking the life force energy out of me. Like, this is not the place I want to stay my whole life. No. This is a conscious decision to move and mobilize the energy into where we want to go, where we want to live, and not focusing on that we want to stay here. I've said this before, and this is definitely not the space for building and growing and creating a family, at least not for us. Like this, you need to be very honest with yourself, and also how this environment makes you feel. I'm grateful for growing up here. I'm grateful for the path I've walked on this side of the earth, but it's time to move on. I can feel that. And you need to be so honest with yourself, what you want and where you feel called to. The 4th area is career and purpose. And this can be very challenging, especially when you start over, when you feel, oh my God, what am I actually doing? Why am I in this firm? Why am I walking this path? And this can feel very, very lonely, and also you kind of feel lost and challenging because you start over again. And in this phase, it's so important that you really acknowledge what you've already achieved in your life, no matter which career or which industry, and take that, because you have already developed some skills. You have already developed some skills no one else has. And you take that and move into the direction you want to go. The decision of the career, what you really want to do, huge impact on your overall health, on your happiness. Make a conscious decision. What is actually moving through you? What do you feel called to do? Our 5th area is health for body, mind, and soul. And with that, I say that again, I would prioritize health and finances, because in order for you to move through the other categories, you need safety. You need safety in your body. You need safety in your bank account, because this will stabilize you. You have to start somewhere, and I would start with these areas. So health for your body, for your mind, and for your soul is so important. Wherever you are, and try to get the help that you need. Be very honest with yourself. Even if you moved through it yourself and you did a great job, don't be afraid to ask for help. That's also what I'm doing right now. Like I'm looking for help. I'm asking for help, because I know I have done such a great job moving through my challenges, my personal challenges myself. And now I know, and I want that, to get some help. I really want that. I think it's a great point in my life where I'm looking for a beautiful connection that is supporting me on this path. If it's a therapy or coaching, I really want to do that, and I'm going to keep you updated on that. And the last part is how to navigate through this. And I know it's not something that is happening overnight. It is really a transitioning part. It feels like kind of in between, like you kind of know this is not what I want anymore, but the new is not there. And this in between is like a void. It can feel so stuck. It sometimes feels like a time machine. You're like sitting in the chair and life is moving, but you're like in this moment of, okay, where I'm going and what am I doing? This is actually the part where the magic is happen, because you're connecting to a deeper part within you, and that means you're growing, you're evolving, you're going into a new direction. Your soul, your deepest parts within you is calling you to do, and that is the greatest gift you can do. My encouragement for you, how do you move through difficult times, through this in between? You take the day by day. I say that again. You take the days day by day. So not over planning, not overachieving, not putting huge goals. This in between phase from the old to the new is not really manifested yet, but you know it, you're already moving through it. This is really conscious work, really grounded, patient work, because we're strengthening the muscle of trusting, of having faith, of reconnecting, and this is something that is a gift. My encouragement for you is to take it day by day and let me know what life situations you're moving through right now, what life path you're walking on, and which life areas you're reinventing yourself. Let me know in the comments. I'm so glad to be back. I was actually very sick last week, and that's why I couldn't do the video. But I also got new hair. I'm blonde again. And yeah, it was such a big time for me to reflect, to reconnect, and being honest, okay, this is actually a life turning point for me. It is a life turning point. Becoming clear, becoming honest with yourself. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do with your life? And how are we doing that? Day by day, step by step. So good to see you here. I'm happy for every soul that is here with me, and we're growing, we're evolving, and we do this all together. Have a beautiful day, and I see you in the next video.